want to say hello to my fellow Pakistanis, the people closer to the area of Malton. I want to say there's going to be some times where you're going to hate me. There's going to be plenty of times where you're going to love me. We as human beings, we're not always going to agree. We may agree to disagree, but to get to the point, 29-3 with 19 knockouts, Amir King Khan is said to be fighting in November or December, courtesy of the president of Showtime Sports, Stephen Espinoza. So, here's my beef. I look at the record, I see Luis Collazo, I see Carlos Molina. No, not that Molina. I see Julio Diaz. I see Dana Garcia. I see Lamont Peterson. I see Marcos Maidana. I see Guerrero. I see Britas Prescott. I say, okay, those are some good names. But when you think about really the big fights, and even that Julio Diaz fight, his defense did improve with Luis Collazo. But really, Luis Collazo is who they told us Luis Collazo was going to be. Luis Collazo, good fights with Andre Berto, Ricky Hatton. Amir Khan's supposed to be the guy like that. But when you match Amir Khan up against, I'm just throwing out names. Timothy Bradley, he can probably beat Timothy Bradley. Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Marcos Maidana. You get what I'm saying? Even Adrian Broner would probably give him a run. Why? It's because, listen, Amir Khan is good. But ladies and gentlemen, you all know what it is. It's the chin. It's always going to be in question until he proves otherwise, until he fights a power puncher, somebody that can hurt him, somebody that can lay hands on him, somebody that's not too old or too young, somebody that's right there and say, okay, let's match up. 5'8", 32-2 with 1 draw, also 19 knockouts, Robert the Ghost Guerrero. I've been hearing on my Facebook, I got a boxing forum, the links to everything is right down there below. I'm even working with a website now, Real Combat Media. Things are going to start moving a little bit faster for all your interviews, all boxing information basically right down below. I've been hearing a lot on my Facebook, Robert Guerrero is a bum, and despite what you say about Robert Guerrero, he got the Floyd Mayweather fight, something that Amir Khan covets. So when I look at Amir Khan, and then I match him up with Robert Guerrero, I think, look what happened to Andre Berto. Well, he tried to use the shoulder roll. Yoshihiro Kima guy, Robert Guerrero got the Floyd Mayweather fight. Robert Guerrero didn't fight for another year and some change. Then when he fights Yoshihiro Kima guy, it's like, well, why are you not fighting Devin Alexander, who's on the same card? Al Heyman fighters. We talked about these things in other videos. If you don't know, the top tier Al Heyman fighters rarely fight each other unless it's on like a big major grand event, and as it should be. But usually when it comes to that, the person who's supposed to win does not win. So what I'm going to say here is that if Robert Guerrero and Amir Khan should fight, and I think Robert Guerrero is going to be the underdog, but then he should be, Robert Guerrero shouldn't be the underdog in my opinion, because Amir Khan likes to gamble every now and then, and he's still doing it even in the Collazo fight. He likes to stay in the pocket too long, and Robert Guerrero, I don't even know what he is anymore. The Robert Guerrero I used to like was the Robert Guerrero who would throw damn near 50 jabs around. Even if he wasn't hitting you, it just was pumping out, and the left hook was great. Well, no, the left hook was crazy, but now, he's this pressure power puncher slugger. He just goes out there and he just beats you up. Like, look what he did to, first I knew, when he had first moved up to 147, when he fought Celso Gaidin, I was like, what's this Robert Guerrero trying to go out there and just beat up Celso Gaidin? And he did. Went out there, won the fight, beat him up. You know, he was talking to Floyd Mayweather, and, you know, he was talking big money. People were like, you joking. Then what does he go do? He goes out there and beats up on Andre Berto. You know, Andre Berto was looking like an alien, literally. When I look at that picture and I see how his eyes were closed, and then he was doing the post-fight interview, he took the glasses, like, go back and look at the post-fight interview when he fought Robert Guerrero. He went and lift up his glasses, and that one trickle of blood came down out the eye. I was like, oh, God. But Robert Guerrero does have the punching power. His power did carry up. Robert Guerrero's doing CrossFit. Robert Guerrero's got Ruben Guerrero, who's going to just be hyped and GTA in it. Andreas. But if Amir Khan decides to box, yes. If Amir Khan decides to box and stay on the outside, then he's good. But Amir Khan on the back foot seems to have problems with me. Amir Khan that's on the retreat doesn't seem to be as a good an Amir Khan that can engage. So basically, if Amir Khan is going up consistent, constant pressure, you know, I'm talking about like constantly being chased, like I feel Marcos Maidana would chase him if they were fighting again. Now that situation right there, just ask yourself, do you feel Marcos Maidana would defeat Amir Khan in a rematch? And I'm asking you, whatever your decision is, think about, has Amir Khan shown you that he can do that at this time? Marcos Maidana has advanced. Marcos Maidana has become more aggressive as he should have been. And his stamina, even though his stamina was questionable in the Mayweather fight, his stamina was a whole lot better than it's been before in the past in that fight. We don't know how it's going to be for this fight, you know, coming up. By the way, it's August 12th, 2014. Rest in peace to Robin Williams. Depression is real. But has Amir Khan shown you that he can get himself out of turmoil? Because what happens when Amir Khan gets hurt? It's like, you know, for the younger generation, anybody who's played video games, it's like when you're playing like a fighting game, you know, and you do like the power move you've been saving up for, and then it gets the person all critical. Like he'll be winning the fight, and his power bar be, you know, way up at like 85%. Your power bar will be at like 20%. You do your super power punch on him. All of a sudden, he just goes straight down to 5%. It's just blinking, you know. And then, you know, like, and he just never seems to pull himself together. He pulled himself together for Julio Diaz, but barely. When he gets hurt, he never seems to pull himself together. And tell me that Robert Guerrero can't get one of those shots in. And then Robert Guerrero, if he sees him hurt, Robert Guerrero's going to go right out there at him and go get him with the CrossFit. You know, so that's what I'm saying. Now, see, it's a 50-50 fight for me. People want me to say, you know, Amir Khan's going to win. No, I don't see it being that easy, because he says this is a fight. If it does happen, then Amir Khan has to answer some questions. And then if he answers the questions, then we can say, okay, yeah, he'll probably beat Marcos Maidana, or he'll probably beat a Devin Alexander, or he'll probably beat a Sean Porter or a Kell Brook. Because right now, to me, Kell Brook is A-side. Kell Brook is going after a belt against a guy that nobody pretty much wants to fight, despite the fact that Kell Brook was the mandatory for 2 years. But still, if you get where I'm going with this. Like I said, you know, if you don't know, I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Boxing news, gossip, please subscribe. See what else? What else? I just don't like, as I said in my previous video, I just don't like that I don't want Amir Khan to try to take the easy road. Amir Khan's got to fight in the winter, like Stephen Espinoza said, in November or December, and he's got to fight a credible fight that's going to be credible in the fans' eyes. So they owe us that one. You know, we thought it was going to be Adrian Broner on the card of Mayweather versus Maidana, the first fight, but I knew better. I knew better. You know, but now they owe us something. You know, they owe us a Keith Thurman or something. But see, that's not going to happen. It's going to be somebody that's expendable, like a Robert Guerrero. So I guess Heyman feel like one of you guys got to, you know, cancel each other out. Because if you don't know, just about, you know, less than 6 months ago, Robert Guerrero wanted away from Golden Boy, you know, and all, you know, he wanted big fights. You know, he was one of those Al Heyman fighters, from my understanding, that it was like, yo, I'm sick of just fighting. I don't want to fight just these in-house guys. I want to be able to fight Pacquiao and Bradley and all that. You know, because he wanted to go that route, like that Ricky Hatton and Shane Mosley route. Like, all right, you lose to Floyd or Pacquiao, then you go fight Floyd or Pacquiao. Like, you know, he wanted to go that route. But, you know, with the politics involved in boxing, you know, he got pissed off. You know, and can you blame him? You know, but now, like I said, my voice is a little messed up. I'm under the weather. But now, Amir Khan is in a situation Robert Guerrero's in a situation where he wants to be the big guy, you know, to be the name, you know, since he since he was in a fight with Floyd Mayweather, he wants to be a big name, and he deserves to be. I feel that you come off a Mayweather fight, you know, you should be big stuff, just like Canelo Alvarez. But when you look at Robert Guerrero wants to fight all those guys, but he don't want to fight a guy like Keith Thurman. Now, people keep saying, you know, he ducking Keith Thurman. I look at it like this. Yes, he's openly ducking him, because when you go tell Keith Thurman, now, you know what, just go fight Lara. Go fight, you know, you just telling him to go fight anybody. You know, go fight Golovkin, go fight Froch. You know, that's just telling him, you know, just go fight anybody. But he feels like Keith Thurman is obviously below him. He feels like Keith Thurman is probably still a prospect. And I do feel he's right, because Al Heyman has been trying to say, well, he's been trying to feed Keith Thurman to these guys. So it's not Keith Thurman's fault, you know. And to a certain extent, you got to understand where the fighter's coming from. They're turning down the fights, but because they don't want to be the stepping stone to Keith Thurman. It's not that they don't feel they can beat or fight Keith Thurman. And I'm not saying that's a whole different thing. I feel, see, that's a whole different situation if I feel Robert Guerrero could beat Keith Thurman. But that's a video I got to do, you know, on its own. But guys like Marcus McDonough, you know, was like, no, I want Mayweather again. I'm retiring. I'm going to go chill with my cows. You know, Robert Guerrero, you know, was like, no, I'm not fighting him, man. You know, I'm not sitting out here. I'm going to go to, I want to fight Pacquiao. You know, and then what happens? He gets pacified by getting $1 million to fight Yoshihiro Kimika. Or Kami guy. A lot of this stuff just doesn't make sense. On the same card with another 147-pounder, Devin Alexander. A lot of stuff doesn't make sense. But like I said, Robert Guerrero versus Amir Khan, I've been hearing it all day long, unlike, you know, when I did the video less than 24 hours ago talking about Josesito Lopez. And I want to make sure it's clear. People just hear what they want and tell themselves what they want. I never said on any of these videos, I never said last night that, you know, it was happening. I said I saw on my Facebook page your article, and I said, let me address this, because that's something that Al Heyman would do. You know, Al Heyman, from what we've seen, Al Heyman would make Amir Khan versus Josesito Lopez and then try to squeeze Amir Khan into the Mayweather fight. You know, but as it looks right now, Amir Khan is on the road, so you beat that former Mayweather opponent in Robert Guerrero, you get Mayweather in May. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. You know, but it can't be, I don't think it can be anybody lower than Devin Alexander. You know, so if it's Josesito Lopez, oh no. It better be Broner, it better be Thurman, you know, who else? You know, I don't even know who else to name. You know, if McDonough won the fight again after he loses or whatever happens with that, you know, it's people he's got to call up. He better call you up. Lucas Matisse, Danny Garcia, you coming to the 147? Oh yeah, hey Amir Khan, why don't you call up Mauricio Herrera? There you go. You know, so there's fights out there for him. It's got to be a big fight. It's got to be a groundbreaking fight. So if you think about, you know, all the fights he can have that can be made because they're all under the same stable, it's all about if Al Heyman going to do it or not. It's all about if Al Heyman going to do it or not. But I know us as fans, we can't just let him ride with just, you know, no offense. Josesito Lopez would be a good fight. Let me get that out of the way. It would be a good fight if it happened. But we deserve better than that. Like, if you're going to fight Mayweather next, we deserve better than that. You know, if you're going to fight Josesito Lopez, then fight somebody else again on the Mayweather undercard, then fight Mayweather for his last fight or whatever. Okay, whatever. In Wembley, whatever. Oh, and by the way, the surprise, I'm looking at it like this. The surprise is Amir Khan, unless Amir Khan loses to Robert Guerrero or Josesito Lopez, if it's one of them. It's going to be him. It's going to be Mayweather versus Amir Khan under Mayweather Promotions, probably in Wembley. That's what I think the surprise is. I don't think it's no Pacquiao. I think it's going to be the full unveiling of Mayweather Promotions. It's going to be Mayweather versus Khan in Wembley, because don't forget, Khan's the #1 contender for the 147-pound WBC and Ring magazine title. So, you know, and that happened off of Carlos Molina and Luis Collazo. You know, and then the only fight he's had at 147 was Luis Collazo. Was it? No, he fought Carlos Molina like a catchweight like 141 or 142. But anyway, T Street Controversy. Please subscribe. I cover every single major fight live, HBO 24/7, all access, press conferences, weigh-ins, news, you know. I like it. It's good gig. T Street Controversy, T Street Controversy live.